Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome tonight. I seem hope you are doing great. So, this video has its own stitches, which I am bringing to you right now, which you are about to see now. The truth is that every black person on earth are asking for the same thing. That is how bad it is, and they are not saying it that it is bad. You see, the moment somebody start asking for the basic human rights, that is where you know that it is actually bad, because all these are supposed to be the right you have as human being without anybody interfering with it. Leave black people alone. Allow black people to exist. Treat them like every other person, the way you treat other people. Pay them the same salary you pay other people. They are not asking for handouts. Dismantle the system that has been put up to make their life harder. No macro and microaggression, no police brutality. Just look at all the things I am calling out that are oppressing my people, redlining and all that. Just in 2025, people are still talking about all this. All these are supposed to be human rights, that you do not interfere in some certain things they are doing. Give them loan when they are qualified to be given loan. All this they are asking for, not in March. Let's get into this video.
Black people want to be left alone. They don't want revenge. They don't want to replace us, as some extremist groups have said. They just want to live life in peace, the way they want to live. They want family, they want love, and they want to live in a society where they know they belong here. They want society to also know that they belong here. They want to walk out their door and not worry that they're going to be treated unfairly, or they're going to get that look like they're not welcome, or that someone's going to try to touch their hair like a zoo animal. Yes, they want they want white people to fix white problems of prejudice and ignorance and all the ways that a wrongful sense of superiority is baked into our society. Yes, they want that to change. Yes, they want acknowledgement for harms done. They don't want us to just explain things away or justify or gloss over things without really listening. But more than anything, they want to be themselves, fully express who they are, love who they are, be with their family, and live in peace. That's it.
This guy gets it. Black people don't want to replace white people. All we want you to do is to leave us alone. Let us progress in our own space. We don't want to have to worry about being shot when we come out of our house, when we drive in our car, when we're out in the street. We don't want to have to worry about the police seeing us in a group talking and we get excited and they take it that we're being aggressive. We want you guys to understand that that's how black people express themselves. We talk with our hands and we talk with animation. That does not mean that we're angry or we want to fight. We want you guys to leave us alone. We want you guys to make laws that does not segregate, does not discriminate against us. Because no matter how you look at it, every law that's pretty much on the book, some kind of barrier to our advancement. And despite all of that, throughout the years, we have continued to progress. But now it's getting, or it has gotten to a point now where we're going backwards instead of forward. We're not trying to replace the white people. We're not trying to replace anybody. We just want to stay in our lanes. We understand that white people will never fully be able to compensate us for 400 years worth of free labor. But what you guys can do is make laws that make it easier for us to get loans, for us to get jobs, for us to get in good neighborhoods, programs that help us get off our, get on our feet, because it's hard for us to get on our feet with so much anger and hate built up over generations. It's easy for white people now to say get over it. It's happened in the past, but stuff that happened in the past affects what happened in the future right now. And you can't say don't, because if you did horrible in school, and the one you're doing horribly in life unless you're lucky or white. It does not work like that for black people. That's all we want you guys to do. Leave us alone. That's it. It's not complicated. We're not trying to fight with you. We don't want to go to war with you. We don't want to do anything. We can live together because if you notice, we don't make laws that discriminate against white people, but you guys make laws that discriminate against everybody unless they're white. That's all we're asking for. This guy gets it. This guy truly gets it, and we want the rest of you guys to get it. We're not trying to fight with you. All we want you to do is to leave us alone. Let us live in peace, and we all can enjoy America. You guys have a great day.
Black people want to be left alone. They don't want revenge. They don't want...
So go back and listen to that video. True enough, everything that he said is valid, right? But I have a caveat to that. Listen. I'm pretty sure this is... I'm not going to say pretty sure, but this may not go over well in the black community, right? Why do we still fucking care if they are going to see us different? Hear me out. Because for how many ever years since slavery, that has been our battle. They need to see me for who I am. My question for us is, are we or are we not human, and are we not somebody? Because I'm looking at a lot of us, hearing a lot of us on this app, goddamn bootlicking the fuck out of white people. I mean, ass kissing so hard that I feel like if you were to throw some Dawn on them and get the hose and spray real hard, that they literally white up under their skin. And I think I said this on this app before. Me and my brother was having a debate about me explaining to him, I love my culture. I love my people. And I know a lot of folks, and that's why this is one of those parts I know folks probably like, oh, fuck, no, right? And that's why I also say, hear me out. I love who I am. I love where I come from. I love my mother. I love my kids. I love my sister. I love my ancestry because I want to know more about my ancestry, right? But what I've also realized is that there's this one thing that we refuse to look at that keeps us enslaved in this fucking system and stops us from breaking away and making ourselves into something, right? And this is including me. That word and category black. And I was telling my brother, you know, I'm not black. I am something far more, because before that word black was associated to us, you know, his debate was, you know, we have to be something. We have to categorize ourselves as something. You know, we have to label ourselves. We can't just be walking around and just saying that is, I mean, in so many ways, so true. But we have yet to establish anything of our own that they have not told us that we can or cannot do. We have not put our foot down and said, fuck it, except for our ancestors. You know, Kanye West said something, right? Which is full of shit, but then true is in his state. Because when you look at it, they realize that true enough, as much as we don't want to see it, some of us will pass. But in order for us to get from behind this bondage, we as a group have to decide we do not want to be enslaved anymore. And guess what happened? Our ancestors, they rose up. But at some point, they were scared. into believing that there's nothing else I can do. I can't fight back. I can't say nothing because if I do, this is just hell. So yeah, that was full of shit for Kanye to sit up here and say that they chose to be enslaved, right? But in so many ways, they were feared into choosing. And that's why I also said, and I challenge the word of the Bible, because the Bible does the same thing. It tells us that God give us free will to choose. But then we're also condemned for choosing, not following something that someone told us we should do, which in so many ways keeps us enslaved in this white system. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to open the box that we are enclosed in. It is so many things that entraps us to that same system, because that same system was created to keep us in that box. And we walk around like this is a part of our system, ourselves, our system, our life, our culture. We are not. Like, and I want someone to sit up here and tell me, and let's have this discussion. Where in the Bible, where in Africa did they quote unquote sit up here and say, oh, we black people? It was a construct used by white folks to establish superiority of a set group of people. Let's colorize this. It's always been about labels, and it still is about labels, always to the point to our clothes. If you're not wearing labeling clothes that people signify as being worthy of wealth, then you're poor. When you don't even know what's in my bank account. I could be sitting on $1 billion right now and wear holy clothes, and you're going to judge me off my clothes. Why do I have to show you my bank account? This is what the system has done for us. The system has put a label on us that we hold on to. That same system is what keeps us in this fucking box. Okay, yeah. So what do we do? I know it's like, all right, so if we drop the black word, what do we call ourselves? That's the thing. We can call ourselves anything, but we should all sit down. And when I say all, just and not even just a group. There should be talks about this. Our ancestors tried that. You know that? If you go back and do the research, when they was quote unquote free, they were giving themselves names. That's why that's where the last name Freeman came from, right? So they were giving themselves new names, new last name. And this is something that we have looked down upon when it comes to the black community, by naming their kids certain words, and I was one of those people. But now I cherish that. I applaud that, because that is yours. You created that name for your child. So that's what our ancestors did. But then the slave masters realized we're losing so much. How do we still keep around, keep handcuffs on these people? Oh shit! You gotta have a license, and you gotta have the last name from the person that you came from. So in so many ways, our last name that we are passing on down the line, truly, for a lot of us, if not most of us, is not even ours. So we're holding on to the names and the system that enslaves us in the first place. And we argue about this bullshit. We argue about our women not taking our last name, which is not ours. It's only became ours because so many relatives passed it down. And so, we just take advantage of it. You know what? It's the same thing as us taking the word niggle and the word bitch and changing that. So, like, and yeah, and I guess you can do the same thing. Like, oh, well, that's what we did with black. Why though? Why do we have to? Because they still use that word. Look on the applications. When we click black, what happens? That automatically tells them how many times has someone not clicked anything and they went in, and then the motherfuckers was so surprised. Oh shit, you scored and you're black. And don't get up here and sit up here and tell me about no goddamn census shit. And because again, at the end of the day, it's keeping numbered and control over who gets what. And this is how this system has stayed on the top of us, because we still hold on to the system proudly. Let's talk about it.
Black people want to be left alone. They don't want revenge.
Bro, I feel like, bro, black people will agree with anything that just sounds good. Like, bro, he's not even black. Let's start there. So he doesn't even know how we think. And it's not no knock on him, because I love the fact that he's pushing this amazing ass, positive ass narrative for our culture. But y'all, he's wrong. He's only wrong because he don't know how much of a fucking problem black people really are to either their community or other people's communities. I'm about to lose a lot of friends, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, and I'm actually okay with it, because if I could help kill all of the fucking toxicity, maybe y'all might come back and love me in real life, respectfully. So it's like this. I say this a lot. The most toxic environments for black people are black people's environments, respectfully. And then when we go into other environments and we're looked at as fucking outsiders and outliers, and they fucking are racist to us and da-da-da-da, then we complain. It's like, we put ourselves in these boats, y'all. I'm gonna say this a fucking million times. Listen to the music we push. Listen to the agendas that we try to push for our kids and our fucking younger generation. We got YNs and low ass girls out here fucking trying to sell coochie, and all the older women and men don't know how to be parents and blame all their problems on their parents. And our generation's kind of a little bit lost. We got like a bunch of random people who's slightly on a journey to be successful, but everybody else is going through this deep ass depression, and then they don't like to hold themselves accountable, so they like to like blame it on everything else but their self and whatever they're going through. And I'm gonna say this another time too. I don't know if y'all know this or not, but black people are more racist than I think that every other fucking race in the world. From the way that the households is taught, don't bring no white woman in my house, and don't bring no white man to but this shit happens a lot. I was just talking to some students that go here. I'll go get a white man, just simply because you think he's financially in a better situation. It's like, you don't even go with pure intentions. And it's like, don't let me get started with the whole fucking diversity of black people going against each other regularly. To black women, oh, niggas ain't never gonna be shit. Even if a nigga busts his ass off, she believes he should go way 10 times harder just because he's black and she's black. But let this other fucking person who's not even black go with all these unrealistic ass, like, he swivels through her fucking standards. But for a black person, this fucking expectations is just through the roof. And it's like, damn, even in school, they want you to fucking be sports players or artists. And it's like, as soon as you do some shit differently, they look at you as a fucking weirdo. Right? And it's like, y'all, I'm gonna keep saying it. And I love the fact that people like this make posts. But, bro, for this shit to be sitting at how many views and likes it is, bro, the world is corrupt, y'all. The world is corrupt. And this is how I know the world is corrupt. I love my mans to the fucking death end, I swear to God. Even though me and him had our little problems, whatever, I love my mans. But my mans fucking shared this post. And this is the same person who, when Charlie Kirk just passed away, bro, basically said he's sticking with black people no matter what, if we're wrong or if we're right. But then he goes and share this. And I'm like, bro, you said you're sticking with us whether you're wrong or you're right. I want to respond to that post, but then I'm like, you see how long like this mentality stays, like, bro. But then when you realize it's not just my friend who do shit like this, it's a whole world. Y'all are low-key so racist. I don't even know how y'all supporting this man. But then I go to the comments. Oh my lord, I'm in the comments. They're like, oh, we never really wanted revenge, bro. Y'all want revenge, bro. Quit fucking lying. Y'all want revenge. So y'all say don't forget about slavery. They want us to forget everything about but slavery. But y'all want your revenge. Y'all want the power. So y'all out here chasing all this fucking money and equality now. Don't let them lie to y'all, bro. I'm gonna say them because I swear to God, bro, black people are liars, bro. And it's like, and it's not all, because everybody's liars. White people, Mexicans, fucking Asians, everybody's liars. But bro, the amount of people who lie and act like they're not fucking liars, bro, it's killing me, y'all. It's killing me from fucking, bro. And I feel like for us to not be able to see this shit, we're literally the problem, bro. We're part of the problem. We are. And it's fucking sad, yo. Cause I'm sitting over here, I'm like, bro, I hate when I see shit about like race and everything, because I really be over here like, but dude, I hate, like, please don't, look, like I said, I'm probably about to lose a lot of friends and I don't even care. I'm like, but do people understand how it fucking feels to like really be black, bro? This shit's not fun, bro. Then when you are a black person who try to like think outside of the fucking black person box, bro, yeah, you're fucked. You're fucked. You're fucked. I don't know where the fucking mentality came from that we can't be wrong. We can't be racist. Please don't let this fucking person lie to y'all talking about something we don't want revenge. Motherfuckers just don't know how to get revenge. That's why they don't want it. They don't know how to get it. Now they're out here getting outsmarted by the white man. I'm just trying to figure out a way to work with them. They're going to try to work with them, get up under their nose, and then take their fucking power back. But the power was never in that. That was never where we got our power from. So what the fuck you trying to... But... Listen, y'all. And it's so funny because I will fully... Y'all can go on my page right now. And I swear to God, y'all can go back and see that I said I lack a lot of knowledge when it comes down to history. History. You wanna know why I lack a lot of fucking knowledge for history, y'all? Because when I'm learning about this shit, I'm seeing a whole different reality. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna sit and learn about some shit that I don't even know what's going on now. What the fuck? We want me to learn about some shit that went on in the past, and I'm literally watching this shit change now? I don't want to hear about no slavery. I don't want to hear about no racism. Whenever my mans can't even fucking walk to the store without getting shot. I'm just, listen, y'all. And it's like, bro, why do you go so hard? Because y'all don't. Y'all fucking hide behind this shit every day. Every day. It's pro fucking black people, bro. I be so confused. How we ever want to expand in life if we're so fucking kept in a box? And then y'all want to lie to these people and manipulate them like y'all really want their fucking help. But y'all don't want their fucking help, bro. Then it takes for a fucking man that is not even black to say that what we want. And then y'all's in here agreeing with him just because this shit sounds nice, bro. He does not even fucking know. He does not know.
People want to be left alone. They don't want revenge.
Wait, let me stop you right there. Just for a little perspective. I think everything you said was digestible, simplistic, and spot on for a lot of black people. They just want to be left alone. And truthfully, that's a human right that we should all have. But you know, history. If any group or any demographic, black people aren't a monolith. There are some black people who do want revenge. Because, well, history. And I don't say that as a scare tactic. Not at all. As a matter of fact, let it be a learning lesson about the fact that black people for many, many years have had to edit themselves, whether it's the way they show their emotion, the way they have conversations. And so the perception is that in some places, black people are fine when we're really not. You just know how the game is played. And for a very long time, not playing the game meant not making it home. Now the difference is you might lose a job or you might not be able to sell your house. In some cases, there's people still on trees. But that's another post for another day. All of that to say, just like there are some white people who would never shake a black person's hand, would never live near one, and stand 10 toes down on their beliefs, know that there are some black people who feel the same way. Many times are held at bay because people leave them alone. There are some black people who have no desire to be around white people. I'm a black person that just wants to be left alone. But I'm not a pacifist. I realize that there are black people that follow along that line as well. So remember that when you decide you want to cross the aisle or you want to have certain conversations, black people are measured in different ways because we are not a monolith. So never make the assumption that a black person wants to break bread. Many times, black people break bread because we have to, not because we want to. Not every black person you see goes to church, carries their Bible, and says, we'll pray for you. Again, there's some black people, like me, just want to be left alone. Want our basic human needs and human rights met. But unfortunately, there's some people that don't think we should. Awful as people are, since that will never change, that the people that needed to hear this won't see your post. The truth be told, they don't care, and they won't leave us alone. But again, many of us just want to be left alone.
They don't want black people want to be left alone. They don't want revenge. They don't want.
They'll never leave us alone. The reason is because they need our magic. They have no power. That's why religion and all of that bullshit and conformity in their society stands. Because they need to direct our power, the frequencies within the music, within the 5G, whatever the shits they got going on. They need our power because they have none. So we will never know peace. Not truly. We might have a fraction of it because we gonna fight, bitch. But they ain't gonna never leave us alone. Because we can teach them the fucking recipe. But the shit not gonna taste the same, baby. Like, we can teach y'all our magic. But because you are not cut from the same cloth as us, it's not gonna act right, so.
And live in peace.
Bro, I feel like I was in a fever dream watching that video. I just made a video about this yesterday, like talking about this. I want to be gentle, and I'm not trying to go hard on him or be disrespectful at all. But how can that be trusted? Like, how? And first off, anybody that follows me or has been following me and watch my videos, they know that I combat the racial stronghold that's over America. Like, my identity is a follower of Jesus Christ. I am a believer and a follower of Jesus Christ. That is my identity. I am not ashamed to say that. And any other identity would be either a blessing, which would be like a husband, father, son, brother, things like that, or secular, which would be, you know, like black African American, Nevadan, stuff like that. But like I said this in the video yesterday, like, if you feel guilty for black slavery, like slavery in America as a white person, it's not guilt for owning a slave because you don't own one. So that guilt isn't from owning a slave. That guilt is most likely because you are racist or you see black people a certain way. Is this making sense? Like the white people that try to speak like that, like, they try to like overcompensate their guilt with this type of rhetoric that he's saying. And it's like, bro, that's patronizing. It truly is. Like, for example, he said black people want white people. They want us. And he said us, pointing to himself, saying black people want us to fix white people problems like being prejudice and ignorance. Why would you include yourself in the category and labeling as prejudice if you are not prejudice? Is this making sense? Like, it's black people commenting under that video praising him, and I'm like, bro, are you serious? Like, how can you trust this? Like, I'm going to be completely honest with you, and I say this in all due respect. I would respect it so much more if he was to just be like, look, I'm racist, and I'm working on it. Like, he might as well just say that. Nobody would have to say any of those things if they weren't already thinking it. It wouldn't be a thought. They wouldn't have to say these things.
This is all I got from this video, and I am sure you heard from black people. You know, I posted a video yesterday and I added his video without seeing his own stitch, right? So I had to go back to get all the stitch or I think the stitches, right, coming from his video. And trust me, black people, there are some things I can't say here. But one thing I know for sure is that you all know what you want. Black people absolutely know what they want. No hanky-panky, no jokes and all that. And tell me how, some people are very quick to tell you that our racism is no more, like, life is better than it used to be before, or racism now is better than it used to be before, right? When everybody is agreeing to literally everything. So, which means black people are not asking for a lot. They are just asking to be seen as human beings. They are just asking like the basic things every humans need, because what they are not asking for handout. They are just asking treat us like every other person. Treat us like humans. Treat us the way you treat your counterpart, right? Not in much. We don't have to go out and be scared of the cops. We don't have to be discriminated or micro or macro aggression, our hairs and all that. We don't want to experience that. We don't want to be seen outside talking with maybe our brothers and sisters or friends, and then they are already asking, do you maybe they do not have what, they are jobless, those stereotypes. Because to them, a black person cannot have work and still hang out with his friends. Enough of all these stereotypes. Dismantle the system that has been built to oppress my own people. How is that too much? They are not asking for any other thing. All these are just what they asked for. Just leave them alone. Let them exist. Let them live. Let them do what they are supposed to do as humans. Go out, come back without you all stressing or something. There is a video that I saw yesterday. I will never bring that video here because that video, till this very moment is still haunting me. So a black man who was driving was stopped. I think he's a lawyer. Stopped by the cops. They asked him questions. He answered them. And you know how white cops, how they want to gra, and the rest of it. He was just responding to them normally. And guess what? So she thought she was holding her taser. But she was actually holding her Pe0p. But then tell me something. The conversation or whatever that has happened there does not require the taser even. Because it was just two human beings or two grown people having conversation. So she wanted to pull her taser. And in fact, she was holding the Pe0p. So she thought it was taser. And before the story could, I don't have anything, it's just me, look at my ID cards and all that. She pulled that. And the guy, yeah. So while that was going on, the guy had to drove off. I am sure he is looking for where to. So the guy was like, did you just Pe0p me? Did you just Pe0p me? He shut the door and drove off. The truth is that I don't know where he was even driving to. I guess he was also tensed. He was, there are some things that will happen. You will, I don't know, but you won't act with your senses. I guess that was what happened. So I don't know if they drove off to get him and take him to hospital. But the food cam was, the cam was released. And the white woman was crying. Why was she crying? She wasn't crying because of that young man. She was crying because she was going to lose her job. And she was crying, I Pe0p'd him. I Pe0p'. Yes. This video 100% happened. I said no. So all these things are the things they want to be treated like human beings, of which they are, because they are humans. There is nothing as horrible as begging for your basic rights. Those basic things that are, just you have to beg for water. Water is actually not supposed to cost a lot. Everything in this world, turned to capitalism has really killed the world. Water, you are not supposed to pay. I am seeing some people's water bill and I am asking, what are you using water for? Just normal house. You are paying how many? And the worst part is that you are not always home. Right? Some things are supposed to, there are human rights. You are not supposed to pay shit for it. But this is the world and the life we've seen. So to me, Black people are not asking you for handout. They are not telling you to go and open store for them. They are not telling you to buy them anything. Just when they ask for loan, and if they are qualified to be given loan, give them loan. If they are qualified to maybe build a house in a neighborhood that is very beautiful, let them do that. But some people, with your money and all that, there are some places you cannot buy a house. Why? Because you are a Black person. You are not probably supposed to be. And there are some buildings, if you are being seen as a Black man, they are pulling cops on you because they fear that you do not live here or you do not have the money to live in such an area. Like, how do you know Black people's pocket? All these things that they are asking, they are not asking for more. They are asking to be seen as humans. And all these things that I have called out are the things every humans deserve. It is not a lot. It is not much. I am going to draw the curtain here. I don't want to feel bad. Bye for now.